Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here for a market radar going into the week of May 22nd, 2017. What a week! Yes, sirree. I've been doing. This will be my third radar for this week. Actually, one for the beginning of the week, one we put in for Friday, and then I'm doing another one for early next week. But we've been catching up on the market radar. I think it's important. The market radar is basically a look forward to the following week or the next few days, depending on what is announced on the video, and a technical look at the markets, trying to take in consideration the news and stuff. Last week we had a market radar that we were looking for a pullback based on news. We got that. Then we looked for a move back up today if there wasn't any news out there that can affect this market. Again, this is we're kind of starting to go into territory we can't predict if there's going to be news or not. So there's always going to be a surprise black swan factor out there. If anything does come out, the market will react on that. But we could read a lot into what the market has done since the news and how it's come back, and actually it looks very strong. So again, continuing on with the same cautionary note that news will move this market down if it is bad enough, and no news should grind it back up. And good news, or if this thing clears up, should push us back up to all-time highs. So that is a straight up what we're looking at right now. So we're still concentrating on the longs. And we just put out the watch list for next week, and it's quite a good one. I want to share a couple with you. The Under Armour today came down, it gapped down, and then the volume starting to pick back up. I love the candle here. I love everything about the Under Armour. We picked it back up. We've been in it a few times. I've been in it back here. We got a nice pop on it. I think we sold it there. We got back in on the pullback. We sold it again. And now we just got back in again on the daily, this candle right here. And it's closed near the highs. So this is one of my best bets going into next week on the candlestick and the increasing volume. The gap up here was the earnings gap up. So this looks fantastic. I am, banging the table on that. There's two other best bets, but those are for the members' watch list. And, it's a lot of good information over an hour worth of research and new HPS setups, which is key, the foundation of day trading radio. There is JBHT, which is already on the watch list. JBHT. An interesting one because it's coming right down to a kind of a wedge line. It was an X marks the spot. We're still in that zone, and it's still an active trade. So I'd be watching for this one. And we discussed this type of pattern that plays out, and we've seen this play out on Sienna recently. SIEN. It has that similar upward channel, 1, 2, 3 channel, downward channel into it, and we came down. We spiked a little bit lower, chopped around, and eventually moved back up, and then what happens is we move back into the channel, and then we hold on to that channel and move further into it. So we go back now to the JBHT and just take a look at similarities there. We're underneath the 200 period moving average. We're in the lower portion of the trend line. I think we move back up here, get up to the top part of the trend line. Probably even keeps us below the 200. But we normally are going to see a move back up into that channel, pull back, hold the channel, and then off to the races. Something to put in your notes, something to put on your radar, put on your list. Keep an eye on for that type of move. We have it automatically automated on the HPS site, so it will give us an alert when our levels are hit, so we don't miss it, we don't forget it. And then I want to show you one more out of the kindness of my heart. HP, another HPS setup. And this is a divergence setup, and it's a really nice one too. It's like, I'm not a big fan of the oil and gas sector, but the divergence, catches my attention. This one is a higher low, lower low on the price. 14.3 above us here does not have that same divergence though. We'd like to have them both lined up there. And but it is interesting enough where I did take a small position today also in this. So a couple new positions. And again, like I said, we got a lot more research on the watch list, so make your way over to that section of the site. And if you're not a member of Day Trading Radio, please try it out. We have a nice trial, 2-week trial for $9.95. Just go to daytradingradio.com and you get a full, we'll get a view of the updated watch list and a lot of the other education material on the site. And I'm also we're toying with some people who out there who don't have time to trade. There's not a lot of full-time traders out there. Economy's coming back, jobs are coming back. I get this a lot on emails and stuff, like, well, I don't use the service as much as I used to, but I still want to invest in the stocks. Is there a way to do that? Well, we've been scaling out the HBS methodology into its own little section. So we have that. We're almost done with that. We have that as an option, and we're just curious to see how many people would be interested in that or not taking advantage of day trading radio. Because they're not actively trading and they don't need the active trade alerts, the chat room and stuff, but they still want the research. So get back in touch with me if this is something that's interesting or that interests you and be interested in it. We want to get a feel for that. And it's just a discounted price. It's not this full pack. You wouldn't get the other benefits of day trading radio. You would just get the HPS stuff. So let me know, please. And that's about it. You could reach me actually at ironaction@yahoo.com, ironaction@yahoo.com. And I appreciate the feedback. It's it's not a it's like a major change in the maybe in the future of the site. So I want to get a feel for it and what people are looking for out there. Of course, it's always being offered for members. You have it right now, so nothing's going to change on that side. I think that's it. I'm looking forward to next week. I think we start off on a positive note if we don't get any news out over the weekend. And we start to scale, start to drift back up. Once we clear this, all this political crap out of the way, the market should have some clear sailing here. And that's what we're reading it. So we'll see you Monday, if not Sunday. Remember, if there's ever any news that affects the market, you could get an early start on things on Day Trading Radio at 6 o'clock when the futures open up on Sunday evening. We usually jump on the air too. All right? Have a great one. Have a great weekend.